Yep.
But I know in Butch's mind, he was trying to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't trying to just get him out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to kill him because he was trying to get back to the motel to go get his girlfriend
Mm-hmm.
so he can kind of get out of town.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that was the end result. But I feel like the real boss would have been like, okay, you're going to take a dive in the 5th round. But until that happens, your girlfriend is going to be sitting right here with me. Like, I feel like it wouldn't have been that easy in real life for Butch to just not do what Marcellus told him and just leave town. I feel like Marcellus would have been smart enough to be like, just in case, your girl's staying with us, or we got somebody at the motel watching her until you throw this fight. He gave Butch a lot of freedom to do what he wanted to do.
Around.
Yeah, to move around.
I mean, I think there's sort of like this mystery of Marcellus Wallace being like this ruthless man that like takes no shit from anybody, right? And, you see that through it's not so much him barking in the film, but you see that through everybody's description of who Marcellus Wallace is in the movie. So I think Butch puts his girlfriend in a hotel. They're not at his apartment. They're not at his house because I think he's already securing, like you said, his future plans to move away. And I don't think he's just securing a little bag. I think he's securing a bag where he doesn't have to ever worry about being in this situation ever again, which is why he plays both sides. The losing end when it comes to the fight, even though he's agreeing to it, he doesn't do it. And he's also placing bets outside of that. I think he's doubling down. He's like, I'm never coming back to this place, right? But he puts his girlfriend up in this hotel sort of like as a, in a motel as a stowaway almost. I'm going to come back and grab her when we're almost on our way out of town. So I don't know if it's intentional that Marcellus thinks that when he sends his 2 main goons to go get Butch, that they're going to come up empty-handed, because we see them in the film and they never come up empty-handed.
That's true.
Right?
That's true. They're pretty solid.
They're pretty solid when it comes, when it comes to, to tracking down whatever it is they're looking for. Yeah. It just so happens that this one time we've only got Vincent at the location when Butch shows up. Correct. Right. Yeah. So I don't know, but that's to your point. That's a great question. Would you allow so much wiggle room? I think, he's thinking in his mind, Butch agreed to throw this fight. There's money on this fight. He knows I'm going to kill him if he doesn't throw this fight. So maybe, in his mind, he's like, if he doesn't follow this, we know who to send to find him. But they fail, interesting enough, which is also something else interesting about both of their characters, because Butch is a fighter and Marcellus is a fighter. Yes. So it's an interesting sort of space that you see them in. They're unlike any other characters in the film, actually.
Yes, that's true. So in the end, when he runs him over, and Marcellus gets woken up by the crowd of people around him, and Butch's character is across the street, leaking. I mean, he's leaking. I don't know what head hit the steering. I don't know what happened. He's leaking, and even through all the pain and getting flipped over a car, Marcellus is like, "Where he at?" Exactly,
and willing to get to him no matter what.
Like, he's right over there, and he instantly pulls out his gun and it starts. But he's kind of wobbly, because he just got ran over by a car. And Butch is kind of wobbly because he just had a head-on accident running over Marcellus. Right. So it becomes a shootout. And they have a small shootout where he's chasing them. And Butch runs into, I don't know what to call this place. It's like a racist television fixer shop. It was like a racist. It was extremely racist. Man,
extremely.
I don't even know what to call it. Like racist hell shop. I don't know what it was. But as soon as you open the door, it's like a flag, Confederate flags and all this other stuff. And so Butch goes up in there. The guy's like, what are you doing? Can I help you? Blah, blah, blah. He, shut up. Of course, Marcellus follows him in there. They're fighting on the floor. And I want to say the shop owner calls Marcellus a nigger.
Maybe.
I think he did. I think he called him a nigger. He did when he was on the phone telling his friend about who he was.
Yeah.
That he did call him. He said, I got one white boy, blah, 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 and a nigger, or something like that. So I'm like, okay, he going hard with the hard R.
Right.
With the hard R. And at that moment, Butch was getting ready to kill Marcellus. He was like, say goodbye. He put his hand over the gun.
Yep.
And it was getting ready to be over.
Ready to do him in right there.
It was going to be over until the racist guy pulled out the shotgun and was like, nah, not here.
In my shop.
Yeah, it's not happening right here. And I remember when I first saw this, I had no idea where this was gonna go at that point.
Nobody did.
And it was just like, where it went? Oh my God.
That's Tarantino.
Tarantino, why did you take it there?
Coldest scene in the whole movie.
So yeah, it's a cold scene. So he calls the racist guy. I don't even know what his name was, but just
that was Zed.